My name is Naomi, and welcome to the second video on my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I make my homemade flour tortillas. Stay tuned and enjoy. Here, you want to incorporate your 3 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and ½ teaspoon of salt. Now, as you can see, I am whisking these ingredients through a sifter. If you don't have a sifter, no worries. This can be done with a bowl and a fork or a bowl and your hand. Either way, you need a bowl. Now, you want to thoroughly incorporate these ingredients because you want your seasoning, the salt, to flavor all of your tortillas. And you also want your leavening, the baking powder, to help with an even thickness of all of your tortillas. This can all be done by thoroughly incorporating. First step to making your dough is you want to incorporate the lard. What I do is I take the 4 tablespoons as you see, and I make them their own little sections. That way I just work in portions. I'm not just clumping it all together. Now I take the flour and I put the flour on top of the lard, and I kind of fold the flour and the lard together. That's how I combine them. Now, as you can see, I've worked my way through the first section. I'm moving on to the next section. That's the lard in my hand. Now, once you get it all incorporated, you'll see the dough just starts to form. Like the flour clunks up in sections. That's good. You've incorporated the lard beautifully. Now, it is time to make our that tablespoon right there, you're going to set it to the side. That's going to come in handy when you start forming your dough portions for your tortillas. And some extra flour, because the dough could either be too wet. You don't want dry. Trust me, it's way easier going from wet to the proper consistency than from dry. Trust me on that one. Now, I don't want you to do what I'm doing right here. I was just going with the flow. Do not use a wooden spoon, okay? Do not use a knife handle like I'm using here. But you do, as you can see, I realized what I was doing. Boom. Fixed it. So now I'm working the dough and I'm realizing like, oh man, it's really sticky. Like it doesn't want to separate. So I'm adding more flour to make it more pliable. Now I've done all I can do in the bowl. I'm going to pour it out into the countertop, a floured countertop. Then get that off the spoon. Yeah. Then you want to put some on your hands. I want to say out of that cup of flour, this is a guesstimation, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. I took out a 1/4 cup and I laid it on the base of the counter. And then I put a 1/4 cup in my palms. And on top of the dough, now I'm working it. This is kneading. This step is very important. You're activating the glutes in the dough for your tortillas. And you want to knead for 10 minutes. See that? I'm pulling my hands up. If some is coming off, it's too sticky. You don't want it sticky. You want it tacky. If that makes sense. As you do it, as you make the tortillas more or you make bread more, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Now I'm giving it its last handfuls of kneads. And you could tell if you really watch it, you will see how the texture of the dough has changed. It's become more soft. Like I said, it's more tacky. like the elasticity has built up in the dough. That's the right way to say it, y'all. And that's good. See how it's moving on the countertop? It's kind of sticking, but it's not. Ain't none being left behind. Therefore, it's tacky, not sticky. Sticky sticks. Tacky moves around. You know, like the taffy candy, you touch it, it's sticky, but none stay on your finger. Now, we're done with kneading. We're going to place it in a plastic bag. I coat it with flour. Now, I put enough around it where I'm not feeling the tackiness no more. You are going to store this in a storage bag. You could put it in a bowl with a damp towel over it, a storage bag. You can even leave it right there on the countertop on top of some flour, thin layer of flour, and damp a towel over it. Now, we're going to let it rest for 30 minutes. Then you can form your tortillas. Now that our dough has rested for half an hour, it is time to portion out our tortillas. Now, if you're using a scale, this is the time you're going to utilize to weigh out your dough. If you're eyeballing, I applaud you. You got skills. But one thing for sure that we're all going to do the same is we're going to apply some lard in between the palm of our hands each time we roll our dough into a ball. So you're going to gather up the amount of your tortilla, fold it into itself to form it into a ball. Then you're going to roll it in between the palm of your hands, place it inside of a bowl. That bowl, you are going to drape a damp towel over it. This ensures that your tortillas don't dry out. And then once you are completely done rolling your tortilla balls, you're going to allow it to rest for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we can move on to the next step of shaping our tortillas. I see y'all there. Okay, so now we have our dough. All right, y'all. So I take my parchment paper, sprinkle a little flour. Then I take the dough, this is how I like to do it. You can use either or with the tools and make it happen for your home. But this is really what I do. I put the parchment, sprinkle a little flour, kind of smash my dough on top. Personally, I think I need to invest in a cast iron one of these. But like I said, I make do with what I have. Then I press it down in here, right? Now I have a flat circle, which is what I want. Peel it off, it comes off with this. This is a bit thicker than I would like it. So, I take a little bit of flour, literally, because I don't want too much. And I just rub the circumference of the tortilla, right? Dredge the rolling pin from me to you nicely. I roll back and forth. I just want to stretch it out a little bit from me to you. From me to you. From me to you. From me to you. Okay. So you see that? Not a perfect circle, but a circle. I stretched it out a bit I thinned it out a little bit more. Perfect. To me. All right, so I'm gonna show you again how I shape my tortillas. If you get the gist of it, don't be shy. Utilize that fast forward button. It was created for a reason. If you're like me and you would like to see it again, you know, just to make sure you took in the information properly, this is for you. So just take your time. You got this. It's your kitchen. It's your game. Play it the way that you want, okay? Perfect. Now, the shape is perfect, but the thickness, we want it a little thinner. I like them a little thinner. You like them like that, cook them like that. You want them thinner, go and roll them out a bit with a pinch of flour. The key is not to use too much flour. You want to use a light dusting, okay? If you have any questions, concerns, just leave me a comment below. I will reply back to you. Also, in the description box, I have written instructions for you. I have the list of tools and the ingredients that you need, those that are essential and those that I view are optional. And if you found this video informative, you liked it, give me a like, hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate it. All right. This is how your tortilla warmer needs to be dressed, with that tea towel. All right, it's game time. Lay them down. Nice. So you see the excess flour? I do not want you consuming raw flour. Do not do that. Dust them off. When you're done, brush it off, okay? And the reason for that is uncooked flour, I read somewhere it could be bad for you. And I know a vast majority of us probably have indulged in our own amounts of cookie dough, but still, we do not want to take chances, all right? We older now, we know better. Okay, see here, I tore it because I laid it from me instead of laying it towards me. It got stuck a bit. And you see those bubbles? That means it's time to turn. Pop them. If you want to pop them, I strongly suggest that you pop them. It's easier when you flip it over and pop them. But this tortilla, what am I going to do with it? It has a tear. It's not evenly shaped. I'm going to eat it. Yes, I'm going to eat it. It's my kitchen. It's still good. Ain't like it's a popsicle. I'm really tickled, y'all. I love the kitchen. You should too. All right. So we have made our 21 tortillas. They have rested for 10 minutes. It is time to reap the rewards of our labor. Yes, they are all beautiful in their own unique way. You see that first one though? Look at the first one compared to the last one. It always happens like that, y'all. Just like pancakes. You know, the first one never comes out perfect. Now, you know they done when they do that. When you can fold them, yes. And they just, oh, they're so pliable, y'all. They're delicious. Again, boom. Okay, so I flipped them. I'm OC about this, y'all. I eat the first ones I cooked. I flip it from, because you know the first ones you cook, it just goes from, you know, oldest to newest. I flip them so I eat from oldest to newest. Boom. All right, you made it to the end of the video. That's love. If you liked the video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Also, if you have any suggestions on any other videos you'd like to see on my channel, utilize that comment section below. I will read them. And if you really like my videos, it's only been 2, y'all, but I can go strong, all right? Subscribe to my channel, okay? and I got you. Now, I want you to know I appreciate your time and thank you for stopping through. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Bye.